everyone. It's Cheryl Carr, your work doctor. And I decided to do a pop up, an achievement pop up tonight to um, share some good news. It's my good news. So it's good for me. Hope it will excite other people. Even if it doesn't, I'm excited. As well as make you aware of some of the things that I'm doing in response to one, a new year, two, the pandemic, and what role I felt called to play in recovery, and also um, next week's show. Just talk to you guys about what the subject will be. Um, I'm in the middle of a transition with my marketing and PR team. So things will begin to look a little different because my look has to change. Um, the first bit of good news is I am now directing a program for the University of Texas at Dallas, a mediation and negotiation program. And this program I'm creating, it will teach the vital, important skill that we lack in society right now, which is objectivity and the ability to negotiate and mediate for ourselves without involving legal violence, all the things that we see going on in our society, in this society of social broadcasters, where we've all turned into people entitled to or say any way we want to say it. And that has blurred social norm standards. And we don't know how to disagree. We don't know how to make a point and allow for a counterpoint that even if we don't agree with it, it's that person's God given right to think how they think. So look for more information about that program. It will be advertised on all my media sites and everywhere I can tell you about it. I will tell you about it because I think it's an important step and part of what I'm called to do in the marketplace and also for humankind. One of the things I learned in becoming a doctor was um, you contribute to human knowledge. So for me, my response to what I see and what I've experienced personally could not be the same. Now, I wanted to, when the pandemic first happened, I wanted to flood the market with all the stuff I'd been writing and working on while I was an employedpreneur, but God wouldn't let me. I didn't, not once was I able to do what I felt like doing. Um, I felt like God wanted me to do weird stuff. And I've always felt that way. My calling has always been unique. My pulpit is business. My calling is to work and healing work wounds and helping people motivate for change and to actually make change, to not talk about it, but be about it, to achieve the things they feel called to do, and to be able to help people move forward in their life easily and naturally. That's what my calling is. And oh, why am I getting emotional? This has been hard because I felt alone a lot, but God has been faithful. He has called people to help strengthen me, pray for me, and reassure me that yes, I felt weird and odd, but I had to do what I felt like I was called to do. And I'm not called to just complain. I have gifts and abilities to help people change because it's just what God's called me to do. I don't always like it. I'd much rather be by myself and be left alone, make my money, make my check, and go home. But that's not my call. And it's definitely not my call now. Oh, why am I getting so emotional? Anyway, It's not what I wanted to do on here. I just wanted to share the excitement of that program and also make you aware that I'm now the resident IO Psych for Revive Clinics and Wellness Clinic. And you'll see more about that as well on my social media and on my website, which is dr-sherrill.com, where you can go and you can see all the latest information. You'll be able to register to become an achievement member, Achieve with Dr. C member. You're also going to notice that I've had to change my trademark. The government came back, my registration had to change. Um, it was too many similarities with Dr. C. I haven't found one yet. But anyway, that's what the government said, of course, so they can collect some more money. So that's back the registration in DC. And who knows when that'll happen with what's going on there. But again, that's good news that I will be a resident IO Psych with Revive Wellness Center, and it's a clinic, and they have every kind of wellness and from vitamin drips to cryotherapy to cranial massage, hyperbaric chambers, oxygen therapy, all kinds of things that help with your body's natural survival and wellness abilities. Hi, Deborah. Hey, niece. I just now saw your question there, and um, thank you. Yeah, this is all really good news. It's been a year of really hard, intensive work, creating, not trying to follow the beaten path and do what everyone else is doing. Just trying to be who God made me to be, and that's what I'm doing right now. Also, in addition to all of the things that I talked about, the program at UTV, which I'm so excited about. I love the people that I'm working with. I love the flexibility and latitude I have, but I also love the fact that what we're teaching, mediation and negotiation, is so needed everywhere I work. People lack this skill set, and it is a skill set to help us work well together, to help people resolve conflict, which happens. We're humans. We're going to conflict. We're going to have differing of opinions. It's just we don't, objectivity is dead. We don't know how to disagree without it turning into all out war. We're that way in our personal relationships, we're that way at work. So I feel blessed to be able to impact that in a positive way. And that's what this program will do. My work with the clinic will also do the same, helping people in this very important pivot we've got to do in pandemic recovery. Oh, yes, honey. Uh, yes, thank you. And thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of you guys too. My family means the world to me. And I still have your Uncle James here with me. So it's nice that God allowed us to both be together during this pandemic. Um, but pandemic and trauma recovery, I'm working with a higher education or an education association. I'm also working with my own programs and things that will be offered online. And then I'm also still working with the government in psyops and working to help executives and leaders in the government to work better. Um, I'm grateful. I'm happy, even though I'm crying. For some reason, it's just it has been a battle to stay focused and positive and creative. That's been the hardest thing. That's one of the reasons why I've traveled and gotten out of my environment, gotten out of my home, using best demonstrated COVID practices. Been tested 3 times, negative 3 times. Thank you, Lord. Um, but still, that change in environment is very important for me for creativity and innovation. I don't have a beaten path to follow. I'm forging and trailblazing, and um, grateful to God that I know enough to, take the take the hits that come with that. Because sometimes you find you're not accepted in church because they have their feelings about you working with the whole body and mind and not exercising control over people, but teaching them to be independent and use their God given mind, their righteous mind, in the body, this earth suit, to work with it as a temple that your body, mind, and spirit are housed in. So you've got to know how to do that. And then also, um, not being accepted amongst my peers, other doctors, because I don't do things super traditional. And then the whole mess with society a few months ago, where we started disrespecting scientists, science, and doctors and education, and trying to dumb down society rather than lift everybody higher. And I've always found if you set the bar low, you'll stay low. You set the bar high, you rise to meet it. And so, anyway, it's been rough, but there we go. Those achievements are happening. I wanted to share those with you and kind of toot toot my own horn a little bit, um, because sometimes what I'm doing is behind the scenes until it's out front, and then people are like, "Oh, I didn't know she was doing that." Well, yeah, like this show. Um, Worked on this for quite some time until God assigned me the right people, and now it's time to take it to another level, and I'm excited to be able to do that with the new team that's going to help me do that. And then next week's show, Monday, 10 a.m. CST, right here, either on my YouTube, which I hope you hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel so you can get the latest and greatest. But also um, on my Facebook, it will be live, as well as we're working with LinkedIn to go live. I'm on Clubhouse too. That's something else I didn't share with you guys. It's at Cheryl Carr. I'm on Clubhouse, and I'm going to begin doing rooms there on Clubhouse, talking about all the things I'm talking about on my show. Um, and then finally, what we'll be talking about is goal meeting. I'm going to share with you guys the things you need to do to increase your brain capacity to actually achieve the things that you're desiring to achieve. There are methods to it. The brain was wired and created to function a certain way. And when you work within your brain's ability, it's unlimited. We use such a small amount of our brain's capacity. And that's where it all starts. How you think, how you talk, and impacts what you actually will do. So we're going to work with that. And I'll be sharing some very specific things from my book, You Shall Be Consistent. And then I'll be sharing some things about my next book, my next ebook, which will be You Shall Use Your Words. And we'll be talking about the importance of self talk. And I'll be writing and teaching you more about the importance of communication, the words you listen to, the words you speak, and the importance of words, not just what's said, but what's meant by what's said. And that's my third ebook, and that should be finished, hopefully, prayerfully, by mid February. And my other book is still out being shopped with my literary agent for publisher. And I hope to have a publishing deal to announce as another achievement soon, because I do have a skill set in writing, technical writing, as well as creative writing. And I'm beginning to use those skills. So thank you for listening in. Thank you, my niece. I love you. Thank you for listening to me. Um, and, and yeah, the emotions are just high right now, mostly because I'm tired. And second, because I just am so excited about that negotiation and mediation program with UTD. That's major for me. It's major for, I believe, for society. It's just going to be a phenomenal program. Yes, there's lots of negotiation and mediation programs out there, but most of them are not going to be taught the way I'm going to help them be taught. So there you have it. So hopefully Monday you'll be able to join me. We'll be talking live. I will be taking questions live. If you ask a question in my chat box, I will be able to answer those questions. But I'm going to teach you some techniques to goal meet. Doesn't matter what your goals you set, it's what goals you're going to actually meet and achieve. And that's what I hope to teach you next week. So have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for letting me share my good news with you. And once again, I'm Cheryl Carr, your work doctor. I will see you Monday, 10 a.m. CST, if God says the same. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night.